Good morning, Woodland Park. We are coming together this morning to honor our outstanding character for the people that can show patience the best. So our winners will receive a free Runza Kids meal, a free Raising Cane's Kids meal, their picture up on the bulletin board in the hallway, their picture up at Runza for all to see, a sweet treat, and their picture up on our PTO Facebook page. Now for the moment you've been waiting for. In Mrs. Beckman's class, we have Gabby Denver. Good job, Gabby. Gabby is always very kind and patient. She will wait and take her time. She will wait her turn and sit quietly. She always raises her hand and helps others by showing them the Woodland Park way. Good job, Gabby. In Mrs. Price's kindergarten class, we have Matthew Harai. He's joining us from the Ukraine. Matthew is very patient throughout the day, even when there's a communication gap. He has a great sense of humor and waits patiently for his turn. He's a good listener and a pleasure to have in my classroom, says Mrs. Price. Good job, Matthew. In first grade at Mrs. Dahlketter's classroom, we have Joshua Perez. Joshua is very patient and shows great consideration of time in the classroom. He kindly waits for his turn and uses good manners. He has a calm demeanor in class and stays on task, putting his academics first. Good job. That's from Mrs. Dahlketter. In Mrs. Berner's first grade class, we have Lucas Werdiger. Lucas is a very kind, calm, and patient student. He is always willing to wait his turn and let others go first. He is very calm around his friends and is willing to work with anybody without complaining. That's a good skill. Good job, Lucas. That's from Mrs. Berner. Congratulations. In Mrs. Jones' second grade class, we have Ariana Estrada. Ariana is very sweet, kind, and a patient student. She is able to wait calmly for help even when the task she is working on is frustrating. She is also appreciative of the help she receives and remembers to say thank you. That's nice, Ariana. Good job. In Mrs. Lichty's class, we have Ella Bokemper. Ella is calm and patient student. She sits quietly and is always in listening position. When she raises her hand, she waits patiently for her turn to speak. She exhibits self-control and is a good model to others. Good job, Ella. That's from Mrs. Lichty. In Mr. Pagano's third grade classroom, we have Dylan Abernathy. Dylan exemplifies patience through his actions consistently throughout the day. He frequently raises his hand to provide the answer to a question or to ask for something. He sits in learning position wherever it is appropriate without having to be told, and he respects others' decisions and opinions. Great job, Dylan. In Mrs. Rempfer's third grade class, we have Kaylee Kuhn. Kaylee is very patient. She has waited years to be the Student of the Month winner and has tried hard to win every month. Kaylee controls her emotions, raises her hand to talk, and responds patiently to any redirection. Mrs. Rempfer says, "I'm proud of you, girl. Good job." In Mrs. Campus' fourth grade class, we have Anthony Andreessen. Anthony always has a smile on his face and is very patient. He is able to wait patiently for his teacher's help and is patient with himself on learning. He has a good attitude all the time and never gives up. Good job, Anthony. And in Mrs. Caddy's fourth grade class, we have Aiden Nelson. Aiden is always waiting patiently for further instructions or when waiting for his classmates in line. He sets a good example by looking forward and keeping his hands, feet, and words to himself. He has been a constant leader all year and is an excellent example of patience in the classroom, at recess, in the hallway, and at lunch. I am very proud of him, says Mrs. Caddy. Good job, Aiden. Don't shut me off yet. We've got a couple announcements to make. All right, congratulations to our winners. Our next skill for the month will be flexibility. That means you're willing to change or compromise with things. Our skill this week is to say okay and do it right away. Next week, our skill is to learn from your mistakes and move on. And the last skill of the year is to follow directions. All right, I wanted to give you guys a little update to our Panther blue ticket winners. We are up to 57 Panther heads. That's when I left on Friday. We need 100 total. How many more do we need to get a free school-wide recess? Do the math, 100 minus 57. We also have a few categories we need. One of them is restroom behaviors. Another one is call response and voice levels, so we got to remember to keep our voice levels down. We could use some more under the category of say okay and do it right away, which happens to be our skill this week. And don't give up and keep working towards our goals. And one more announcement. Today after school, we have our Loyalty Day Parade. We will be having our Loyalty Day Parade. We'll meet downtown and the Salvation Army parking lot at 4 p.m. All students and parents are welcome. Kids, remember, you have to have a grown-up with you. If you are not sure where to meet us, just look for some of your teachers. We will be at the end of the line because our school's name is last in alphabetical order. We want as many students as parents as possible. Let Woodland Park show up all those other elementary schools. We can do it. We kind of actually want to have more than any other school. So I look forward to seeing you there. Psst, there will be a lot of deals happening downtown, so be sure, parents, you take advantage. All right, have a great day, and see you this afternoon at the Loyalty Day Parade.